So let me start this video off by saying I am not some big weird health conspiracy theorist, right? Not at all. I don't believe everything is bad for you or everything's going to give you cancer, but the truth is that there are some findings and research that's coming out that honestly is a little bit alarming and surprising. There are some everyday things that we're doing that are absolutely damaging our health. And the truth is that your health is your number one most valuable asset. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many spicy senoritas are on your junk. If you're not healthy, nothing else matters. My goal for this video is to hopefully open your eyes to some of the lifestyle modifications or things you could do differently or better or change in order to live a healthier life. Because even though your mom or your dad or your weird Uncle Barry might have mentioned these before, right, you probably didn't listen to them, but hopefully it hits a little bit differently coming from me. Number one is get more sleep. But you don't want to get too much sleep. Research has come out to show that if you're getting less than like 7-8 hours of sleep, this increases your risk of heart attack. But if you get over 9, all right, this is also increasing your risk of heart attack. 7 to 8 hours. Guys, it starts with sleep. If you don't get enough sleep that's quality, you're not going to feel good, you're not going to look good, your body fat is going to go up, you're going to be all stressed out, your mind isn't going to work, it's not going to be sharp, you're not going to feel like the man. Number 2 is fiber. And this one is like, yo, things that old dudes talk about. But I got to tell you, I went in for a colonoscopy a few years ago. I've talked about that before. And I was just paranoid because the actor Chadwick Boseman recently passed away from like colon cancer. I'm like, oh my God. And colon cancer is one of those things where if you catch it early, you literally can fix it and not have a problem. And so I decided just out of an abundance of caution to go in and get a colonoscopy, even though I wasn't like 50 years old. I went in and I had 5 precancerous polyps. I literally feel like my paranoia saved my life. But I did talk to the doctor afterwards. I said, what is the deal? Why? And he's like, well, really, there's no like one size fits all solution or reason why people get these. But a few things that you can do in order to limit them is A, reduce the amount of alcohol you're consuming, and B, increase the amount of fiber you're actually taking in. Which brings me to number 3, your diet sucks. Now, few of the biggest things that unfortunately destroy our bodies, all right? Processed meats like lunch meats are terrible. Things like hot dogs, terrible. All the sulfites and nitrates in these products, guys, are bad for your body, all right? They increase the risk of all sorts of things, including cancer. Some other things is sugar. Guys, if you're eating a lot of sugar, this is bad. Also, the artificial sweeteners like aspartame, bad. Diet Cokes are terrible. There was a research study that I saw that shows that people that drink 1 Diet Coke a day have a 50% higher chance of developing prostate cancer. The next thing's gonna make me sound like your mom, and that is your devices, screen time. Too much is bad for you. It's bad for your serotonin level, it's bad for your brain, it's bad for all sorts of things, including dopamine. Dopamine is one of those things that you need, and unfortunately, our brains are overwhelmed with dopamine these days, and we get it through unhealthy means like surfing our phones, right? Whether or not it's the movies, right? Looking at naughty, dirty, nasty pictures of boobies and vagines, or it's looking at Instagram or Facebook, all the scrolling, all the time you're spending on these devices, bang, every time it's a little hit of dopamine. All day, right? We're flipping, we're looking, we're searching, we're like, bang, our body's like dopamine, 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 right? Little hit, little hit, little hit, right? We're like dopamine crackheads. But the truth is that unfortunately it's preventing us from actually going and seeking it through healthy means, right? We lack the motivation we used to have. Gentlemen, limit your screen time. Not only are you going to sleep better, you're going to be more mentally clear, you're also going to help reset your dopamine level. The next thing we got to reset is your testosterone level. The more I read and research about the power of EDC chemicals and the damage it's doing to men, testosterone, fertility, the more I realize that it is critical that you upgrade the quality of the products you're using. And unfortunately, EDC chemicals are sneaky because they're in a lot of products that we use. BPA, I've talked about it before. It is an EDC chemical that is used to make plastics. And unfortunately, it leaches into the beverage that you're actually consuming. You drink it, bang, your testosterone level drops. The big one is your grooming products, right? Everything from your shampoos, to your soaps, to your body washes, to your hair products. All of these products, if they are cheap and low quality, contain parabens, sulfites, EDC chemicals that destroy your endocrine system, which is why I want to do something for you. Guys, I'm going to give you this for my cost, honestly, because I need you to be healthier and I want you to try these products, all right? These three products I'm giving to you for $30. The regular price is like $47. You're going to get the talc-free ball powder. This is the best ball powder in the market. You're also going to get the fresh deodorant, all right? It is a natural deodorant. How to start using healthier deodorant, because the antiperspirants that you're finding in the drugstore deodorants are clogging your sweat ducts, right? That's what the aluminum does in order to stop you from sweating. And unfortunately, when you do this, you're trapping all the toxins in your lymph system. You need to sweat, but you don't need to stink, which is why you need to upgrade to a high quality natural deodorant. You also need to use a better soap or body wash. And this soap bar, guys, is next level. The Bean Pedro body bar is unbelievable. It is next level. Your skin has never felt so clean and soft and hydrated and smooth. Guys, all three of these products, $30. Literally, you're going to get them for my cost because I want you to upgrade the quality of your products. I also have a selfish motive. I want you to get them, use them, and love them, and come back and buy more later. Guys, regular retail price of this pack is $47, but right now, for those of you who go through that link down below, I'm giving it away. Literally $30. Do not wait. Do not miss it. You deserve to have better products, and now you can afford to. Guys, I'm serious. You got to hit that link. Upgrade now. The next toxic thing that's bad for you is a toxic person or relationship, all right? You don't realize the damage that being around somebody that you feel is bad for you has on not only your mentality, but also your physical health, right? Because a lot of times these toxic people cause us stress. And stress is one of those things that if you're under a lot of it, it's going to do bad things to your body, including increased cortisol, including like just anxiety and not living an amazing life. Guys, you've got to get the toxic people away from you, right? If there's somebody in your life that makes you feel worse when you're around them as opposed to better, or you don't feel that they've got your best interest in mind, you need to run the hell away because you are way too amazing. The next thing that unfortunately is happening is that you're sitting on your ass way too much. You're not getting outside into the sun. Getting outside in the sunshine is one of the best things you can do for your body. Early in the day, it helps reset that circadian rhythm that's getting effed up by your devices and technologies, but the other cool thing is the vitamin D. Now, unfortunately, being outside for like an hour isn't enough vitamin D or sun exposure. You also probably need to supplement it. I would recommend at least 5,000 IUs a day. Vitamin D is one of the most amazing supplements out there, right? It helps with all sorts of things, including testosterone production. Not taking care of your teeth. Guys, oral hygiene is one of those things that not only is good in terms of your social interactions, because if you got funky, nasty breath or teeth, it's disgusting and people are going to be repelled by you. It also, though, is indicative of your overall systemic health. Every 6 months, you should make it a point to go to the dentist and get a cleaning and a checkup, right? It's going to help keep your mouth healthy, and it's going to help, hopefully, in the long term, make sure that your grill is always straight and you don't actually lose teeth. The next thing that's a little bit weird that's actually bad for your health is being isolated, right? And this is something that I think we all kind of experienced during the whole like shutdown of the world a few years ago, right? We started to not connect with people. You need to be around people not only to feel good mentally, it's amazing what it does for you. All right, which brings me to the next thing you got to do. Stop neglecting your mental health, right? Even though you may think you've got it under control, even though you think you might have dealt with issues you had in the past, it's always a good idea to be able to talk to somebody. A lot of times there are things that are deep-seated that unless we actually address and deal with, end up manifesting in a lot of unhealthy ways. It may manifest in bad relationships or, sleeping around or doing self-destructive things to self-medicate like drinking or drugs, guys. You got to get it under control. If it means going to talk to a therapist, I always talk about BetterHelp. They're amazing. I will link to them down below if you want to give them a try. The next thing I want to talk about is drug use and alcohol abuse. Just because your friends are doing it, just because you see it being normalized on social media, does not mean that it's healthy. It also doesn't mean that it's not going to affect you worse than maybe some of your friends. And smoking cigarettes, guys, like I can't even tell you, that is like literally like the worst possible thing you can do. And even though you're like, yo, what about vaping? Vaping is not healthy for you. There's all sorts of studies and data that's coming out to show the adverse effects of vaping on your lungs. All right, and somebody like me who has asthma can tell you that your lungs are one of the most precious things on your body. And if you ever experience any type of breathing issues, it's like literally the scariest thing you're ever going to experience. And so I just want you to think about it, right? The truth is, I want you to be healthy. It's about living the cleanest life you can. It doesn't mean avoiding everything because that's ridiculous, but you've got to make educated decisions. You also You need to eat healthy, stop drinking in excess. You got to drink enough water, which is another thing most people don't do. If you are not properly hydrated, a lot of your bodily functions, your skin, your health, your looks will fade, will fail. You've got to make sure you're increasing the amount of water you're consuming. You also need to make sure you are moving your ass. Exercise every single damn day.